The second stage of the Amgen Tour of California made its way from Murrieta to Greater Palm Springs, 200 kilometers or 124 miles, the longest day, Paul.
Yes, but halfway through the course, a very, very difficult climb, and heat was the order of the day when they made their way down into Palm Springs for a dramatic mountaintop finish. This is what the profile looked like from Murrieta over Mountain Center, down into Palm Desert, and then to the summit of the tramway.
And hot, hot, hot was the order of the day. Reflected heat off the highways was said to be 50 degrees Celsius, while near record temperatures out of the skies as well. A breakaway of 4 riders getting clear around 3 miles into the race of Pat McCarty, Ben-Jacques Maines, Sylvain Chavanel of France, and Scott Wzansky. And at one time, by midway, they had 12.25 minutes lead.
Yes, but when they headed down into the desert, the main field was starting to bore down upon them, and that was because of the presence of Pat McCarty in this breakaway group, because he was only 16 seconds down at the start of the day.
Wzansky got the 3 points time bonus in the Palm Desert, but McCartney was the man they were trying to chase back down. The race leader was suffering from the sun too in Levu Vestra. At the back of this group here, Sylvain Chavanel being told by his team manager about the chase behind. It was now down from 12.25 minutes to just 45 seconds as they started the climb to the finish.
Yes, when they took the left-hand turn away from the main strip of Palm Springs, it all pretty much came back together. Then it was the turn of all of the teams of the man who want to win this bike race overall to control the front end, with a lot of pacemaking being done by the black and red strip of Team BMC Racing. And as soon as they started the climb, the damage was done.
The tramway climb, approximately 7 kilometers long, is steep and brutal and the hottest part of the course on what was the hottest day of the race of the 2 days. The peloton simply imploded, including the world champion Philippe Gilbert, who gave up early in the attempt to stay with the leaders. The yellow jersey likewise early in the day to recover from a flat tire. He wasn't going to recover from this one. It was a very select group getting together at the front, and then came an attack by the Irishman Duignan.
Yes, he was looking to try and hot up the race as they moved into this cauldron-like finish line surrounded by white rock and a very dark black road, which made it even hotter as they made their way up to the summit. The big advantage was, though, for TJ Van Garderen. He had a teammate up alongside him, and that, of course, was the Swiss rider who was right up there alongside him, Matthias Frank.
The long, unforgiving slope which takes the riders up to the tramway, which was where the race would finish, at its steepest at around 22% gradient. 15 down to just 5 chasers. Phil Duignan still hanging on in front. And then an attack by Hanier Acevedo as he made an effort now to join Duignan.
27 years of age from Medellin in Colombia, a very good explosive climber. He was given a little bit of freedom, but the work that was done by Matthias Frank was phenomenal, reducing the number of riders in that group behind to a select few, including Michael Rogers of Australia.
The sun was getting to many, many riders now. Reports of the riders falling from the bikes on the slope, suffering from the heat of the day, while Phil Duignan kept on the pressure. And it was left to TJ Van Garderen, first of all, to catch up with Acevedo, and then take what's left of the group up to the back wheel of Phil Duignan.
Yes, TJ Van Garderen, once he'd used his teammate Matthias Frank to the maximum, knew that as the leader of the squad, he had to take the responsibility of the chase, chasing down, first of all, Duignan, and then leaving everybody behind, but shadowed by the Colombian rider Acevedo.
The whole field, 123 starters on this second day, had given their all on this slope and were now time-gapped all the way down the climb of the tramway. 2 riders left at the front. The race favour for overall in the red, TJ Van Garderen. 1 kilometre to go, and Acevedo, who's only ever won 2 races in his life, was tucked in to his slipstream, making his way now towards the summit.
Yes, both of those riders starting in the same time in the overall classification, but as they got to 500 metres to go, there was a massive acceleration from the Colombian Hanier Acevedo. No fear at all of the Colombian for the severity of this climb.
TJ Van Garderen said afterwards he could not answer the acceleration of Acevedo. He was scared to go into the red zone on such a hot day. So Hanier Acevedo scored the victory, and awaiting him a yellow jersey on this longest day and over 5 hours in the saddle beneath the sun. TJ Van Garderen keeping his favourites overall tag by finishing just a few seconds behind in second place. And then Phil Duignan third, Frank fourth, and Michael Rogers fifth. The scene there, one of the Belgian riders there, Peter Seri, hadn't even crossed the finishing line and collapsed. The yellow jersey losing almost 10 minutes on the climb alone for Vestra.
So that would put a very big change at the top of the overall classification. And this man who we're looking at here, Hania Acevedo, was the strongest of them all in hot conditions and a steep climb to the finish.
So Acevedo takes the maillot jaune, and tomorrow the stage a little bit more forgiving as it goes out on a ride of 177 kilometers from Palmdale down to Santa Clarita with 4 fourth category climbs. And overall, it's Acevedo who will take a 12-second lead into the race over Van Garderen, 27 over Phil Dijkman, 45 seconds over the next nearest contender. That's the story of the day. It'll be the same again in the sun tomorrow.